What's up, good people? All right, time for another installment of Spiritual Beers. I know it's stupid, but all right. So I had experience a couple of days ago, and just be forewarned, it's a little crazy, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna share it. So I went to started my meditation routine. I went down pretty deep, and I was like at a friend's house, and it was a friend of my wife's, and there's some women there, the housewives, and they're all like to get together and talk and hang out with the families. And the husbands just kind of like, go along and hang out too a little bit, but don't talk quite as much. Anyway, get there, and the person whose home it is a little lady, that cute little round lady. She's real nice. And I walked in there and I could feel her, like her soul, like I could feel her essence, her spirit. And I was walking slowly, confidently by her, and I looked at her right into her eyes, and I could see right inside her. I mean, right down into the smallest space that she had protected. And I didn't even say a word. I just looked at her and I could feel my thought go into not even her head, but I knew she could hear my voice inside her head. I knew she received it. And her eyes got big, um, terrified even, and walked away in paralysis. And I could follow her up as she walked past all the guests up into her room, just barely holding it together until she closed the door and went to on her bed and just started bawling. I could feel every tear, everything. It was like she couldn't believe it that I exist. Like this is real. And every piece of her firmament, every piece of armor, of protective barrier, structure, diversion signs over here. Look over here. Don't look at me. Hiding the real you. Just the normal stuff we need to get through society on a daily basis. Like, not even anything crazy, just our normal shields that we put up around ourselves to contain ourselves. We're fractured, wiped away with just one word, one connection from me into her soul. And outpoured everything. I could feel it. It's like a river, a tsunami of emotions, almost throwing up, choking, and just pouring out of her chest. Not even just her mouth, just everything here pouring out uncontrollably. Uh, just it almost didn't stop. She almost gagged on it. How much was coming out? And it's not sad. It wasn't just sad, but that was the only way she could manifest getting this all out was through crying. And she's thinking to herself, God, I'm I'm married to a lump of coal, and everyone around me is like a lump of coal. And here's this thing, this person that's real, that sees within inside of me fully. And number one, just realizing every truth and every essence that a person is, and even more scary, that you're loved completely and unconditionally. So here's the weird part. I'm not really speaking about myself here. I could see myself because I was in the situation, but it wasn't me. It was it was like Jesus. It's like someone had met Jesus. Like this was like maybe shown to me as an interpretation of like one thousandth of a percent of the love that Jesus gave to other people. That that when people they talk about how amazing Jesus was back in the day and what he did, it was he could look right within into the middle of you, right into your soul, and everything that you had built up around you was gone. It was meaningless. It was gone. It was evaporated. You couldn't even pretend like there was something there actually. So you just crumbled when you met him. All your guards got brought down. All your truth came out. And that's why so many people are cleansed after their interaction with him. And how scary he must have been to those above him, the power structure above, probably as well. But anyway, so this isn't a story about me, my powers. It was just, I guess, this was shown to me in a way that can make me understand what that level of spiritual being can do for others. And man, it was so powerful. I don't think I'll ever forget this. I could feel every sob, every inch of her body or her soul connected to her soul. And man, it made me cry. It was so amazing. Spiritual beers.